They say legends never die. But what if, just what if, they had one more battle left in them? The year is 2026. The world is buzzing. A record-breaking 48 nations, 3 countries hosting, billions watching, new stars are rising, new boots are being laced up. But somewhere, beneath all the noise, all the press conferences and new blood, there's a silence. The kind that comes before a storm. Because 2 names still echo louder than the rest. 2 shadows still hang over football like giants refusing to vanish. Not quite past, not quite present, just waiting. One wears destiny like a crown. The other chases greatness like it owes him something. One won the World Cup and made the world cry. The other left in tears, unfinished, unsatisfied. And now, both stand at the edge of something unimaginable. This isn't your average debate. This isn't about who's faster, younger, or stronger. This is legacy versus time. Fire versus fate. Because somewhere out there, football's greatest rivalry might not be over. The whispers started quietly, on podcasts, in dressing rooms, in late-night interviews where no one dared to ask directly. But the silence from their end. That silence screamed louder than any denial. No retirements, no farewells, just a ticking clock, and the faint sound of boots still hitting turf in places no one thought they'd see. Let's stop pretending this is a normal situation. Nothing about these 2 ever was. Lionel Messi, the boy from Rosario who turned football into poetry, the man who made gravity optional, who lifted the World Cup in Qatar and completed the storybook, who had the perfect ending, but didn't close the book. Instead, he moved to America, to Inter Miami, to the very country that will host the next World Cup. Coincidence? Or is the chessboard still in play? Cristiano Ronaldo, the storm in human form, the man who turned rage into records and criticism into fuel, who walked off the World Cup stage with tears, not triumph, who wasn't done, not by a long shot. He didn't retire, he reloaded. In Saudi Arabia, he scores goals like he's 25 again, still shredded, still sprinting, still staring at the impossible and asking, is that all you've got? This is no longer about age. This is about something far more powerful, unfinished business. Think about it. Messi's story had the fairy tale ending, yes. But what if he wants to defend his crown on home turf? North America is his new football playground. It's calculated. It's strategic. And most of all, it's loud. Meanwhile, the coaches are planning for the future. Argentina is grooming stars like Julian Alvarez and Enzo Fernandez. Portugal has Rafael Leao, João Felix, and Goncalo Ramos. Youth is being trained. Tactics are evolving. But ask yourself this, when the world is watching, and the pressure breaks mountains, do you want promise? Or do you want proven? The stakes couldn't be higher. The 2026 World Cup won't be just another tournament. It'll be a global turning point. A final send-off for one generation. A welcome mat for the next. And yet, in between, there's space for a miracle. Imagine the lights dimming, the anthems playing, and suddenly, Messi walks out. Ronaldo follows. Opposing sides, maybe not in the final, maybe not even in the same group, but sharing the same battlefield. One last time, this isn't just football, this is cinema. But not everyone agrees. Some fans believe they should stay retired. That returning would tarnish their perfect endings. That they should walk away while they're still gods. That new heroes deserve the spotlight now. That anything less than glory would ruin the fairy tale. But that's just it. These two were never interested in fairy tales. They made their careers out of rewriting expectations. Out of being told, you can't, and replying with, watch me. Still, there's risk. What if they don't make the cut? What if injury strikes? What if the magic flickers and fades? That's the gamble. But greatness was never built on safety. And these two, they were born to gamble. Not with money. With legacy. There's also the marketing madness. FIFA knows what this would mean. Ticket sales. Sponsorships. Ratings. This would be the biggest World Cup in history, if those two return. The cameras want it. The fans crave it. The world would stop. And maybe, just maybe, that's the very reason they're still training like beasts when they don't have to. Because they know something we don't. They've conquered leagues. They've conquered Europe. They've conquered hearts. But they haven't conquered time. Not yet. 2026 would be their final battle. Their final brushstroke on the greatest canvas in football. One last roar before the curtain falls. And maybe they don't start every game. Maybe they don't play every minute. But you know what? They don't have to. Their mere presence changes the temperature of a stadium. They are more than players, they are forces of nature. Coaches change tactics just knowing they might come off the bench. Opponents shake. Crowds rise. Moments become memories the second they touch the ball. It's not a question of, can they? It's a question of, will they? And the truth is, no one knows. That's what makes it deliciously painful. And beautifully poetic. Every training video. Every cryptic post. Every comment like, I'm not done yet, or, I'll see how I feel, those aren't random. Those are teasers. And this generation. We're not ready to let go. Not just yet. One last dance. One last anthem. One last storm. So as 2026 approaches, and the squads start to form, keep your eyes on the silence. On the shadows. Because you might just see two ghosts of glory preparing for their final masterpiece. Will they rise again? We don't know. But if they do, the world will never be the same.